You ever wonder if there's like a simple formula for living a good life? A life where you can actually go to sleep at night feeling peaceful without all that guilt? It's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? Well, today we're going to look at a very, very old answer and a brand new, kind of wild one. So let's just get into it. I mean, what if the real blueprint for living a life with purpose, with peace, wasn't some new fad, but was actually laid out in a code from like millennia ago? A code that was literally designed to help us figure out how to interact with each other and, how to be a good person. Okay, so the whole foundation of this code kicks off with this fascinating idea called midat stom. The basic concept is simple. You have a moral duty to help someone when it costs you absolutely nothing. Think about it. Letting someone cut across your property if it doesn't damage anything or inconvenience you. To refuse to do even that, well, that's what's called the characteristic of Sodom. It sets this really powerful baseline. At the absolute minimum, you should be willing to help when it's totally costless to you. But it doesn't just stop there. That's just the starting point. The code then builds on that by laying out 3 core traits of a really virtuous person. And these aren't just about actions. It's about your whole mindset, having a generous way of looking at the world, a humble spirit that isn't all about you, and a real sense of modesty. This is the other side of the coin. Not just about avoiding doing bad things, but actively trying to be a good person. So what's really cool is you can boil this whole ancient way of thinking down into 3 super simple rules. Number 1, do no harm. Easy enough. Number 2, do good when you can. And number 3, and this one is huge, if you're not sure what to do, just ask. I mean, that framework feels so clear, so timeless, it sounds like a pretty solid recipe for that guilt-free life, doesn't it? All right, so here's the real test. How does a simple, elegant code like that hold up against, well, our world? The insane complexity of the 21st century with its global scale problems, its high-tech everything, and its even higher stakes money games. So let's take a look at a real-world case study, a company called Barnes. Now, on the surface, their mission seems like it was pulled straight from our ancient code. It's this amazing feel-good charity that's trying to end world hunger. I mean, it's all about doing good, right? Or maybe not. So at the center of their public image is this miracle bar. And honestly, their marketing is genius. It's healthy, it's made sustainably, and they donate half of everything they produce. They've even got these little community farming hubs they call QL zones. But take a look at that last point there. Economic innovation backed by land? That's a little clue, isn't it? A little flag that maybe there's something more going on here than just selling a nutrition bar. And then, bam, you see this. This is a direct quote from their own pitch deck to investors, and it just completely flips the script. Because if Barnes isn't a food company, and it's not a bar, and it's not even a mission, then what in the world is it? The answer? It's a machine, a ridiculously sophisticated investment machine called Barnes QIO. And let's just translate all that corporate jargon, right? AI optimized? That just means they're using tech to make farming more efficient. Tokenized? It just means every investment is tied to a real thing, like an actual piece of land. But when you strip all of that away, at its heart, this is a system that's designed to do one thing and one thing only: make money. And this shows you exactly how it works. They call it a self-reinforcing flywheel, which is just a fancy way of saying it powers itself. It all starts with us, you and me, buying a miracle bar because we love the mission. Our money buys land. More land means they can grow more food, which creates a surplus. That surplus turns into profit for their investors. That profit attracts even more investors, whose money then buys even more land. That feel-good mission is literally the gasoline for their profit engine. And get this, the investors aren't just making a profit from the bars we buy. Oh no, the machine is set up to generate cash from 3 totally different streams. The value of the land itself going up, the money they make from selling the crops, and, this is the really wild part, using AI to turn farming mistakes and even literal waste into pure profit. So you've got the feel-good charity on the surface and this complex financial machine running underneath. You'd think that's the whole story, right? Nope. You might want to buckle up because there is a third final layer to this thing, and this is where it goes from just being complicated to being truly unbelievable. Just read that for a second. I mean, wow, that might be the single boldest business promise I have ever seen in my life. They're not just selling you a bar or an investment opportunity, they are selling a guarantee that you will achieve your life's dream. And if you don't, They promise to double your investment until you do. What? So how could they possibly guarantee something like that? Well, their answer is a system they call GENII. The easiest way to think of it is like the ultimate GPS, but for your life. You tell it your dream, your destination, and GENII supposedly uses its fancy algorithms to map out the fastest, easiest way for you to get there, the path of least resistance. And the engine behind this life GPS? They call it QI, or quantum intelligence. And they're very specific. You have to pronounce it key, like the life force. And this is where things get really fuzzy. You know, you have these very hard-tech, sciencey terms like predictive algorithms get mashed up with ideas that sound a lot more like universal energy, all to find these so-called universal truths. And here's how they tie the whole thing together. They claim the biggest problem in the world is what they call a scarcity operating system, this core belief that there isn't enough to go around. Their GENII system is the digital solution to fix our thinking. And the miracle bar? That's the physical proof. It's the real-world thing that shows their philosophy of abundance actually works. The bar, the machine, the magic, it's all one big interconnected loop. So this slide really brings us full circle. On one side, you have our timeless code, which is all about humility, generosity, helping other people. And on the other side, you have the quantum promise from Barnes, which is all about manifesting your dream, doubling your investment, and finding your path of least resistance. The difference is, yeah, it's pretty stark, isn't it? And you should know this isn't just some crazy idea floating around. They have a very real, very aggressive plan. They're aiming to get certifications in India by late 2025 and then launch that full investment program with the cash guarantee in early 2026. They've even got clear exit strategies mapped out for their investors. I mean, this is structured like a very serious business. Which brings us right back to that original question about living a guilt-free life. So what is this? Is it some revolutionary new model that actually uses the power of self-interest to create abundance for everyone? Or is it just the oldest story in the book? Plain old greed, just dressed up in a very fancy new outfit of charity and quantum physics. Is the path of least resistance the same as the path of doing good? Now that's the billion-dollar question.